Hi, so this is the Ovente glass electric kettle, and what I'm going to do is give you an up-close view of all the features and also give you a boiling test. So the first great feature about this is that it has an automatic cover opener. So this button just ejects the cover and it stays open. Now the reason why I mentioned that is that not all of these electric kettles actually have that feature. And why that's important is because when you're washing it, it's very annoying to actually keep this cover up if it doesn't stay up by itself. And one of the most popular other models that has that limitation is the Hamilton Beach. And I'll do a separate side-by-side video of this Ovente versus the Hamilton Beach electric kettle, because those are the two most popular brands on Amazon. So if you want to get a link to the this particular model, it's in the description area. So let me go ahead and zoom in to the glass and show you the thickness of the glass itself. So this is pretty thick. This is your typical, it's thicker than the coffee maker glass, or it's at the higher end level of the coffee maker glass. The other reason why this is important to have this cover that ejects is for those who doesn't want the water to go through the plastic, even though this is BPA-free, you could just simply eject the cover and pour the water without having the water touch the plastic. And this particular model is $19. So let me go ahead and show you the base and some of the measurements. So the measurements, the base is 6 inches in diameter, and the height of this is 8 inches. So just to give you an idea of the countertop space. Now this is the base, and the electrical cord is 30 inches long, and it does wrap around. So for example, if you want it shorter, you could wrap it around and hide the cord. So that's a benefit of this. Now this itself is just the electrical connection, while the bottom here is where you actually have the heating element right in the pot itself. So you really do have to be careful when you're washing it. But the nice thing about this is there's no particular place you have to align and put it. It just sits on top and it swivels, you know, wherever you like it. The other aspect of this is it does have a on-off switch at the top here. So let me go ahead and put water in this and demo how long it takes to fill up basically the full 1.5 liters and how long it takes to boil. So I have the water filled up here to 1.5 liters, a little bit over. Now the other thing I wanted to mention about the pop-up cover is that it does make it a lot more convenient to fill the pot. So once again, the Hamilton Beach does not have this. You actually have to hold open the cover. But then again, the Hamilton Beach is a 1.7 liter. So let me go ahead and put this on top, close the cover, and merely turn on. And you notice when I turn it on, it has that blue glow. And now it's going to start boiling. So once it stops boiling, the blue light will turn off. And this takes roughly about, I would say, 6 to 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Now I do have this filled over a little bit over the 1.5 liters. And what you'll find is that because it's filled over the 1.5 liters, it will splash a little bit at the top. So that is the maximum amount of water that you could actually put in. So let me go ahead, while it's boiling, give you another close-up view of the handle and lid. Now this does come in a variety of colors. It comes in black, maroon, blue, I believe, red, and this orange color. Also comes in green. And this is $19.99 whereas the Hamilton Beach one is $30, $29. And I'll have a separate video on the side-by-side comparison with the Hamilton Beach. So let me go ahead and actually give you a view here of the water heating up. And you can see I do have it a little bit over the 1.5 liters. So it's going to end up splashing a little bit outside. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that you'll notice with this mesh here that there is an air gap between the mesh. So if you're boiling tea or something, it's not going to completely filter out the tea leaves. So you will need some sort of strainer. And this is very typical of all of these models. They don't go right against the glass. Give you a look of some of the accents on the handle, which is actually a very nice touch. Gives it a very stylish look. So I will have, once again, a link to Amazon where I got this. The reason why I have two of these, the Hamilton Beach and this particular one, is because I bought the Hamilton Beach one for my parents, which is a 1.7 liter, thinking they might need something that was a little bit bigger. And for myself, I got this 1.5 liter. But now that I think of it, I like the compact size of this. And once again, you could check out my comparison video where you could compare side by side the two sizes. I mean, this one is slightly smaller, but because of the form factor, it actually looks a lot smaller when you actually open it up. But you'll judge for yourself when you see it side by side with the Hamilton Beach in my other video. So look for that also in the description area. And I believe I mentioned this before, but the cord itself is 30 inches. So the other thing I want to mention is the bottom has a stainless steel plate, and you will have to maintain that by washing that once in a while with vinegar. So the vinegar will have, the plate will have mineral deposits in it, and it might get stained and discolored. So using the vinegar to maybe soak it in vinegar for half an hour to an hour, every other month might help that too much, especially if you have hard water in your area. So as you can hear, the water is now not necessarily done boiling, but it's coming to a boil. And once again, for 1.5 liters, it does take about 6.5 minutes to 7.5 minutes. So let me just go ahead, give you a look here. It's not quite coming to a boil yet. And having bought this one with the automatic lid opener, I would not buy another one without it, which is the biggest limitation of the Hamilton Beach version. So let me just go ahead and hopefully it'll come to a boil within a minute. Let me just go ahead and give you a look here. So it's getting there. So I'm doing this real time basically to give you a real time feel of exactly how long it really does take to boil the water. And really it's probably another minute or less, because I did time it several times, and it takes about 6.5 to 7.5 minutes, depending on how cold your water is. And one thing I did do is I did release the top cover a couple of times, which released some of the pressure. And so, because you release the pressure, it takes a little bit longer to boil. Whereas if you keep the cover on, you know, pressure plus heat makes water come to a boil a lot faster. So the water now is probably going to come to a boil in another 20 seconds. As you can see, it's bubbling in the bottom already. I'm giving you this play-by-play of boiling water. But hey, that's what YouTube's for, I suppose. Alright, here you go. Finally. So it's really already coming to a boil. Now we're just really waiting for the switch to turn off. So this does have overboil protection. So it'll never stay on. It does have a circuit breaker that just cuts off the electricity there. So look for it and see if it splashes out. So you see it's come to a boil now. And now just really waiting for it to shut off by itself. And there you go. So it shut off by itself. And now the water's boiled. And really that's it. So I hope this helped, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.